Okay guys, welcome back. As you can see from the thumbnail of this video guys, which is what type of ammo to buy before there's a shortage because of the tariffs or even World War III. Um, Welcome back guys. My name is Andrew Hondo. If you don't know me now, please subscribe. If you like this content, survival type of content, this is my top picks of ammo you guys need to buy before the tariffs hit, or even if we go into a third world war. You guys need to, if you don't have these stockpiled right now, you definitely need to stockpile these ammos right now as soon as we speak, because as soon as the tariffs hit, you're going to start seeing a lot of ammo shortages and food shortages like we seen in 2015 and in 2020 when the pandemic happened. You're going to start seeing a lot of shortages of technology as well, microchips and stuff like that. If we go to war with China, you're going to see them invade Taiwan. If they invade Taiwan, there's going to be a huge shortage of semiconductors and chips, and we won't be able to get the things that we want because everything has chips in it. A lot of the production that is being built in China that is being sent over here because of the tariffs that have just been put in place by Donald Trump's dumb fucking ass. 100% tariffs on Chinese goods coming in from other countries as well as Mexico. You're going to see a drastic decrease in products coming in, food, baby formula. So you guys better start getting that stuff ready right now, because if you don't go out and get it now, you won't be able to get it when everything is expensive. It's including food, water, gas, and ammunition. This is what we're talking about, ammunition right now for this video and this video alone. The reality of these ammos that I'm going to show you, which is common now, and most militaries and police forces use them around the world. And why I'm saying these are my top ammo, this is the top ammunition you guys should be getting right now. You guys need to get it now, because if you try to get this next month, it's going to be expensive, and you're going to start seeing a lot of shortages of this ammunition because people are going out and panic buying like they did in 2020 and in 2015 when people were stockpiling up on ammo. I mean, you got to get them now, guys, because if you don't get it now, you're not going to find this ammo in any of the gun stores or anywhere around your area. Get it now before it's too late. Okay, ammo, guys, I'm going to recommend you guys to stockpile on. And also, this was one of the main types of ammunition that people had a hard time to find during 2015 and 2020 during the ammo shortages, was 22 LR. This is a hot ticket item, guys. You got to get it now before it's too late, because if you try to get it when the tariffs hit, it's just going to be $1 late or a day short, because everybody and their brother's uncle owns a 22 LR. The reason why I say 22 LR, it's the most common small firearm there is out there. This thing's unalived more people than Carter's wife has had pills throughout history. Very, not so much reliable, but very common ammo. Everybody has a 22, and it's also a good gun to get for a person who doesn't know how to use a gun, an entry level type of gun to train somebody on. Or if you can't afford any of the other type of ammunition that I'm going to show, firearms, this is a good, cheap, quality, well, I don't know about quality, but type of ammunition you guys need to be picking up right now and stockpiling. They do make them from Remington, Federal, Winchester, Fiocchi, Effie, just different companies. Just find what has these bulk bricks and buy as many as you can. They also make them in the buckets as well, from the Golden Bullet buckets, which are Remington, and you can get several thousand rounds of that. I would get several buckets of that. And the two type of guns I recommend for this type of ammo, either in a handgun or a rifle, would be one of those Henry lever action rifles, or one of those Luger Bobcat type of old Western type of 22 handguns. Now I'm gonna recommend semi-automatic for you, which is the Caltech P17. It's the cheapest 22 handgun that you guys can get. It's really easy to learn on and use. And the Ruger 1022. The Ruger 1022 is the most versatile type of 22 rifle out there on the market. It's one of the most proliferated 22 rifles out there. I own one personally, and very somewhat reliable with some ammo, and sometimes it's reliable with some ammo, and sometimes it ain't reliable with other ammo. But like I said, one of those lever action rifles, single action army style Ruger Bobcats in a Caltech P17 is pretty good for, you know, a combination gun with a Ruger 1022. Guys, you need to load up on the 22 as much as you can. This next ammo we're going to be talking about is 9mm Luger. They do make a 9mm plus P, but the 9mm Luger, guys, is the most common ammo, and I think everybody should own at least one 9mm Luger handgun. It's very common. Most police agencies and militaries around the world use this, so this is going to be a really common ammo, but this is also going to be another hot ticket item. During the ammo, during the days we had those ammo crunches and shortages of ammo, this was one of the ammunitions that was really hard to find. And if you did find it, they price gouged the crap out of it, and you'll be paying more of a premium for this down the road if you wait too long before the tariffs hit to get 9mm Luger ammunition. The two type of guns I recommend you guys be going out and buying for this, if you're wanting to run a two-gun combination for a survival rifle, will be a Caltech 2000, and any of those, like, you know, Taurus G2Cs, G3 type of Taurus pistols will work really well with this handgun. Very budget-friendly gun, or a Glock 17, or, you know, a Glock 17 with a, you know, a Caltech 2000 rifle, because the magazines are interchangeable between the Glock 17 and the Caltech 2000. This is another ammunition you guys need to stock up on. The only reason why I'm not recommending 40 Smith & Wesson and 45 ACP is that ammunition is really expensive to buy and stock up on. But make sure you guys also have reloaders for everything that I'm showing here for you guys, so if you do run out of ammunition, you can pick up your brass and reload that, you know, and make sure you stock up on powder as well. That would be the 9mm would be my, this would be another type of ammo you guys need to get before the ammo crunch is 9mm. Should be stockpiling up on, right along with 9mm, 380 ACP. One of the most common guns, and everybody usually has one. You can also get these in a carbine as well for a rifle, and you can get these in a handgun as well, which is it's a little bit more expensive than the 9mm, but it's just as common as 9mm. And they do make a carbine for this as well as a handgun. You guys can pretty much buy any semi-automatic handgun, either from Smith & Wesson. The Ruger Security is a really good pick for a handgun for this this gun here. High Point also make a 380 ACP auto handgun as well. High Point also make a pretty cool carbine as well that you can shoot this out of to have that two-gun combo. You know, the Bursa also making a really awesome 380 as well, and so does Glock. So you guys can get the Glock 380s as well, which will work really well. I think even Caltech make a 380 ACP 380 ACP carbine as well that you could use as a two-gun combo with the 380. Guys, you need to stockpile up on this stuff as well, because 9mm and 380 are two of the most common ammos. Right along, if you do own a 45 ACP, that would be another honorable mention that I don't have here on the table. Also, stock up on 45 ACP if that's what you have, either as a carbine or a handgun. Stockpile up on that stuff, guys. Okay, guys, the next ammunition that you guys want to stockpile up on before the ammo shortage happens is we have a 12 gauge and we have a 20 gauge, two of the most common shotgun ammunitions out there. This is what you also need to stockpile up on, either in slugs or buckshot, and maybe some like five shot loads for hunting bird and small game as well. In both of these, you know what I mean, this is a 2-inch shot round. You can get the longer 3-inch rounds for turkey hunting or, you know, bird hunting as well. You want to stock up on 12 gauge and 20 gauge. These are the two most common shotgun rounds out there. Easy to reload, All you gotta do is buy the shot powder and wads in order to reload this, and the crimps to smush down the top of the shotgun rounds. Or you can make your own buckshot and whatnot. But buckshot, birdshot, something for hunting, number 7 shot, or number 5 shot for hunting turkey, either in a 3-inch shell or a 2-inch shell like this in 12 gauge or 20 gauge. These are most common shotgun rounds out there. You could buy basically any of these 20 gauge single barrel, Heritage or Stevens type of single shot break barrel shotguns. Also, too, with the shotguns, you could buy those little adapters that can shoot 9mm and 380 and 45 ACP as well. Out of that shotgun, you could buy those survival adapters with the shotgun shells. So either get yourself either a double barrel or a double barrel shotgun, or a pump action shotgun of whatever type that you want, either in 20 gauge or 12 gauge. There is no handgun options for a 12 gauge, but if this is all you have laying around, make sure you guys stockpile up on 12 gauge and 20 gauge or 410. Honestly, these are the two best I think right now that you guys can buy. If you're having trouble finding 20 gauge ammunition for buckshot like this, you guys can go to Palmetto Estate and get this stuff here, which is and I do like this stuff, is NSI Noble Sportorala, whatever it's called, buckshot. I spent like $5 for a box of 20 of these, and I use them all the time in my single barrel break shotgun for hunting deer, and that's good for 20 gauge. Now, you can buy any old Winchester Remington Express 12 gauge guys out there on the market. You see that's 12 gauge, and this is the most common. I recommend getting a 12 gauge shotgun over the 20 gauge, because 20 gauge it's common, but if you got the choice, I'd get both. The 20 gauge in a single shot with a full choke, or a pump action 12 gauge or semi-automatic 12 gauge, easy to reload, or a double barrel 12 gauge or a single shot 12 gauge. You know what I'm saying? And it will get the job done, guys. The last but the best type of ammo you guys need to be stockpiling up on. One of the ammos that I don't have is 5.56 by 4.5 millimeter, but I do have the 7.62 by 3.9, and another ammo for another honorable mention you guys need to be stockpiling up right now. If you have the gun for it, which is 308, you guys need to stockpile up on 308 as well. If you don't have a 7.62 by 3.9 millimeter or a 5.56 by 4.5 millimeter in a AR-15, you guys need to stockpile up on that right now. I recommend the 5.56 over the 7.62 by 3.9 because a lot of the surplus Red Army standard stuff, it's not as readily available as it used to be, and it's getting a little bit more expensive per box, which is $13 a box now. You're not finding that Tula stuff anymore, but definitely stock up on 7.62 by 3.9 and 5.56 by 4.5 millimeter from AR-15s, because that will be one of the main type of ammunitions you guys need to stock up on, that people will be going out and buying, and as soon as those tariffs hit, they'll be price gouging the crap out of these two types of ammos. I recommend the anything that is a Warsaw packed, like Wasser 10 type of AKs. If you can get one secondhand, get one. I recommend maybe one of those Yugoslavian AKs for a survival rifle. You can hunt with this. I recommend, honestly, an SKS. Get yourselves an SKS. They're a little bit more expensive than they used to be, but an SKS is a perfect gun for an entry-level gun. For somebody that doesn't know how to use a semi-automatic rifle, it's really easy to use. It has a internal magazine that's easy to unload and load. I recommend a SKS or an AK of that type of variant. Yugo SKS, AK, whatever. Romanian Wasser AKs. Try to stay away from the Polish American made crapola, Saturday Night Special IOs, Pioneer AKs. Try to buy yourself a real Warsaw pack AK. You can get pretty much any type of you know, AR-15 out on the market. You can build yourself one for the 5.56 ammunition, which I don't have here right on the table because I don't have one. But I highly recommend the 5.56 by 4.5 millimeter over the AK-47 variants or the stockpile up. And before the tariffs start to hit and they start price gouging and you start having ammo shortages, those are the two type of ammos you need to stockpile up on right now. They come in different grains and different sizes. Usually for the AKs, you want to run 125 grain if you can out of that AK or SKS variant. With the AR-15, you want to go with like 60 grain bullets if you can find them. Usually go with a surplus buy, like, you know, a big, you know, ammo can full of it, of like 600-700 rounds. You know, get that, stockpile that up, ball ammunition. Get all as much of that as you can. Get some green tips if you can. Stockpile up on that now, because it may dry up in the future when we start having ammo shortages, or they're going to price gouge the crap out of the ammo. And as long as we start seeing this inflation going on, they're going to start having higher prices on ammo. So get it now before it's too late. Last and final option, if you don't have an air rifle, guys, get you an air rifle. And this is the cheapest that you can get for air rifles, which is the Premier Hollow Points. I like these. And a PCP rifle. You can either get them in a PCP rifle, or you can get them in a Springer or a nitro piston rifle. This is H&R stuff from H&R, which is basically Hatson. This is a Hatson company. These are pretty cheap. You could actually get these online on Amazon for like $6 for 200 rounds. You get 500 rounds of this Premier Hollow Points from Craftsman in 22 or in 17 caliber or 177. Get these two before these. Even during the ammo shortages, I couldn't find stuff like this. So get it now before it gets expensive. And, you know, get some air gun pellets as well. You know, have an air gun and have different types of rifles to stock up on for a survival situation, either for World War III or for the ammo shortages that we're about to see in 2025 and 2026, because they're going to price gouge it. And these are the type of ammos you guys need to get now before next month, because when next month rolls in, you're going to start seeing ammo shortages like you've seen in 2020 and 2015, and price gouging. Okay, guys, this has been your old pal Hondo on ammos you need to stockpile up on right now before 2026 and 2025's tariffs start to hit next month. This has been your old pal Hondo from Hillbilly Tactical. Peace out.